Howdy folks, this is Nelward. I'm here with my second tutorial about writing melodies. And instead of using one of my own songs, I've decided to use a song that I think we're all familiar with. Alright, yep, the Legend of Zelda theme song, and this particular version is the arrangement from the original NES game. So before we talk about the melody, let's go over the different layers we've got. So we've got percussion, or the rhythm. We've got the bass. Nice, and we've got a counter melody. Alright, and full disclosure, I used a MIDI track for this. For the arrangements, when I do like a remix or whatever, I always transcribe the track, but for this I used a MIDI file. And finally, we're going to talk about the melody. Alright, so let's take a closer look at that right here. Okay, so let's pretend we've never heard the song before and just observe what we see here. We can see a clear use of shape. You can see shapes that descend, then shapes that ascend. And we can see that the melody makes a clear use of what is called contour, which is simply just the way the melody rises and falls. Let's listen to it. So we rise, rise, and then we gradually fall. You can see an overarching shape. I can kind of trace it with my mouse. So you can kind of just see a logic to it visually. And that comes out in the audio. So tension rises and falls with contour, and we have an ingrained sense of a satisfying contour that I think is developed through conditioning. So there are key points when the melody rises and falls that just feels satisfying. So the second point about melodies I want to talk about is motif, or some people call them motive or motives, the plural. So maybe you guys could help me out with the correct pronunciation. Anyway, motifs are small melodic cells that together make a melody. So you can see here, we've got, I'll point out the little motifs we've got. We've got motif A, and that's just a motif. It's usually less than 1 measure long. And here's motif B. So motif A. Cool. And the way we arrange motifs, you can kind of think of it as the way we, at a more macro level, arrange songs into the verse and the chorus. Or you can also call the verse the A, the chorus the B. So at a more micro level, motifs can be seen as their own little verses and choruses within a melody. So let's go through here and point out what some motifs are. So there's a motif. There's a motif. There's the same motif being repeated again for emphasis. Here's another motif. You can see this motif's contour is slowly descending, kind of to convey a sense of lowering tension. And you might not notice it, but this actually has the same rhythm as this the opening motif. Anyway, so in conclusion, there's no algorithm or secret code for writing a good melody. Intuition is your guide, but understanding the basic principles of contour and motif can help you organize your ideas. The Legend of Zelda has such a great melody because it strikes a balance between simple and complex. And to me, that's what effective music does, is strike a balance between simple and complex. Because you can hum this melody, but at the same time, it's got enough twists and turns in it that you can listen to it for hours on end. This is because Koji Kondo is incredibly expressive with his use of contour and motif. Cool. So when I'm writing music, I usually start with the melody, and then I add a bass line, and then I add some chords. And so next week we're going to take a closer look at that process. But today I just wanted to show you guys what I believe is a wonderful melody, and I think most of you, if not everyone, agrees. So, yep, keep on trucking, and I'll see you guys next week.